Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a wise old monk who was highly respected for his wisdom and sense of humor. One day, a young man named Sam approached him, eagerly seeking the secret to happiness and success. The old monk smiled mischievously and gave Sam a simple task. Go to the market, find the biggest and juiciest watermelon, place it on his head, and walk through the village without dropping it. Though puzzled, Sam obediently followed the instructions. With intense concentration, Sam walked through the streets, trying to maintain balance while hearing the villagers laugh and cheer. When he finally arrived safely with the watermelon intact, he expected praise. But instead, the monk burst into joyful laughter and said, "Life is like carrying this watermelon, full of challenges and surprises. If you face them with optimism and humor, you will find joy even in the toughest moments." Sam realized the valuable lesson, and from that day on, he faced challenges with a smile, turning life into a joyful journey. Sam immediately went to the market to find the biggest and juiciest watermelon. He carefully balanced it on his head and set off through the village. Step by step, he focused entirely on keeping his balance. However, as soon as he appeared, the villagers couldn't help but laugh and tease him. Some clapped in amusement, while children made funny faces to distract him. Though embarrassed, Sam persisted, determined not to drop the watermelon. After a long and challenging walk, Sam finally reached the monk's hut without letting the watermelon fall. He sighed in relief, expecting praise. But instead of applauding him, the monk burst into hearty laughter, leaving Sam even more bewildered. He didn't understand why he had become the object of amusement, but deep down, he sensed that this seemingly simple journey held a profound lesson he was about to uncover. When Sam arrived, he eagerly awaited words of praise for completing the task. However, to his surprise, the monk simply laughed so hard that tears streamed down his face. Seeing Sam's confusion, the monk gently explained, "Life is just like carrying this watermelon, full of challenges and unexpected twists. But if you face them with a light heart and a bit of humor, you will find joy even in difficult moments." At that moment, Sam realized the deeper meaning of his challenge. As he walked through the village, instead of being upset by the laughter, he had unconsciously smiled along and enjoyed the villagers' encouragement. The lesson was not about keeping the watermelon from falling, but about approaching challenges with a positive spirit. From that day on, Sam changed his outlook on life. Whenever he faced difficulties, he no longer felt anxious or stressed, but instead responded with a smile. He understood that by maintaining a cheerful mindset, life's journey would become lighter and more meaningful. After learning the watermelon lesson, Sam's perspective on life transformed. Whenever he encountered challenges, instead of worrying or feeling overwhelmed, he recalled the villagers' laughter as he carried the watermelon. This helped him realize that life doesn't have to be taken too seriously. A touch of humor can turn difficulties into more manageable experiences. Over time, Sam trained himself to face obstacles with a smile. When trouble arose, he refused to let himself be consumed by frustration. Instead, he looked for a positive angle, knowing that with the right mindset, any difficulty could be overcome. And whenever he felt exhausted or discouraged, he remembered the monk's lesson. Recall a funny memory or a moment that once made you laugh. By doing this, he found the motivation to keep going. Sam realized that embracing life with optimism turned his journey into an adventure filled with joy and success. The watermelon lesson changed how Sam perceived life. He understood that by facing challenges with a lighthearted and humorous attitude, difficulties became much easier to handle. Life is full of the unexpected, but how we react determines whether we find happiness or not. From then on, Sam stopped taking problems too seriously. Whenever faced with a challenge, he reminded himself, "This is just another watermelon I need to carry." This mindset helped him remain optimistic and avoid being overwhelmed by fear or anxiety. Sam also learned to find joy in small things. He cherished moments of laughter, silly incidents, and treasured memories. Whenever he felt down, he recalled a funny event from the past to lift his spirits. Finally, he understood that happiness doesn't come from avoiding hardships, but from embracing the journey, even if it sometimes means carrying a watermelon on your head.